use new technologies to secure the American people and at the same time be better stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers. Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good finally Friday to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show. 'Tis the season. I'll talk about our Christmas hero. We awarded our first one yesterday. So excited about that. Elk City Meals on Wheels. Here's what's on the menu. I'll get on the right day. 12th day of December. Beef tips and noodles, mixed veggies, roll, and dessert. That's what's on today. Beef tips and noodles. Beef and noodles. Mixed veggies, rolls, and dessert. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Elk City Meals on Wheels, 1510 West 9th Street. Call in your order, 225-5821. Again, beef tips, noodles, mixed veggies, roll, and dessert. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. It is Donut Friday here at the station. Thanks to Amy Donuts right there in North Van Buren. 301 North Van Buren to be exact. They're open Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, 4:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can call in specialty orders, 303-7203. Try some of their smoothies, their kolaches. Just had one of those real nice sausage dog kolaches this morning. It was fantastic. You'll like it too. Amy Donuts, the official donut sponsor of Paragon Communications, every Friday. So go by and see them. Tell them we sent you. The Elk City Airport next week. December the 17th, Wednesday, Elk City Airport Terminal and Hangar. It's the ribbon cutting ceremony. Basically the grand opening, if you will. 101 Norman Martin Boulevard, right here in Elk City. It's next Wednesday, the 17th. Everyone is invited. Go check it out. They have really done some wonderful things to that terminal and hangar out there at the Elk City Airport. Continues tonight, tomorrow, and through the 19th and 20th. So you have 2 weekends left. It's Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Christmas in the Park activities here in Elk City. You got the nighttime miniature golf. You've got the horse-drawn carriage rides. Double-decker bus. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there. Candy Cane Express train. The Centennial Carousel. The Holly Jolly Trolley. And the Cub Scouts with their hot chocolate. Plus, lots of lights displays out there at the Elk City Christmas in the Park. Get on by there and check that out. Carnegie Caravan is still bringing free books to you right here in the Elk City area. If you want some free books, call this number, 225-0136. They'll bring them to you. And if you're having trouble reading the regular size print, ask them about their free program that can help. Carnegie Caravan, bringing the library right to you, 225-0136. And as promised, nominate a hero. We want you to nominate a hero that you know of, that keeps giving, either around Christmas time or all year long, for that matter. Tell us a story. Go to KECOFM.com. Each one of our heroes that will be selected will also get a $250 prize value from, well, one of our great KECO Christmas Santa hero sponsors. Yesterday, Ashley Brimage, her maiden name. She does the Dream League. And if you don't know what that is, it's a baseball program. They're actually even having a winter formal for those kids this weekend. But it's underprivileged. It's mentally and physically disabled children. And they come in and they get to play baseball. And every Saturday in the spring and fall, they have 2 seasons. Now, they bring these kids into that really nice Dream League baseball field right there in Elk City, Ackley Park. She was nominated, and she was selected. She got a $250 shopping spree at Dameron Jewelers in downtown Elk City. She was ecstatic. She was really surprised by it. And I called her up and said, hey, come by the station. I got something for you. She had no idea. And we're going to have a video up on our Facebook page and all, but congratulations to Ashley Meadows for the work you do in our community and to be recognized for that work as one of our Santa heroes. You still have time through December the 23rd, 11:59 p.m. Go to KECOFM.com, KECOFM.com. Nominate a hero. Okay, get right at it this morning. Energy stock prices continue to slip just a little bit. West Texas Intermediate New York Mercantile Exchange December contract down 14 cents, trading at $57.46 a share. Brent crude oil in the ICE Futures Exchange down 18 cents, trading at $61.10. That's a January contract out of London. Tocom crude oil out of Tokyo in Japan, staying static at 61,250 yen per kiloliter. It's a November contract, about to change to a December contract there. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas, December contract down 9 cents, trading at $4.14 per million BTU. All the refined products are down as well. Harbob gasoline, New York Mercantile Exchange, these are all December contracts, down 55 cents to 175.43. Heating oil down $2.12 to 220.77. And gas oil on a December contract down 50 cents, trading at $630 per metric ton. So there's some of that information for you there. Well, the Permian Basin to retain U.S. oil crown even after hitting their peak. Oil production in the Permian Basin is poised to peak in December, a watershed moment for the U.S. shale boom that upended the global energy market over the past 15 years. Yet, drilling innovations mean output in America's most prolific oil patch will hold steady for years to come. The Permian Basin, which straddles West Texas and southeastern New Mexico, set to produce a record high 6.76 million barrels per day of oil just this month alone, only slightly higher than November's total. The U.S. Energy Information Administration, the EIA, said in its latest short-term energy outlook, or STEO, this monthly figure may never be topped, given that most of the Permian's top-tier oil acreage has been tapped and sharply depleted over more than a decade of drilling, according to the story. But improvements in drilling technology are enabling firms to explore new, often deeper formations. That means current production levels can likely be sustained for years, defying previous warnings that the shale boom would experience a precipitous decline. Now, there are a lot of people, including myself back in the day, they used to think, okay, this oil was in great big old gigantic pools underneath the earth. You know, they would drill in and find a big old pool of oil, and then they would start pulling that oil out of that great big old gigantic cavern down in the earth. Yeah, I'm not afraid to tell you that's what I used to think. I mean, you know, if you don't know much about it, you just don't know. But the more I got into the oil and gas industry, and the more I realized that this stuff is just packed in layers of rock that have been compressed over time, and you've got to go down there and try to get to it. Now, back when I first started in the oil patch, there was a lot of people that just did fracturing has been around a long time, not to the point of where it was, you know, when it first really started the shale boom here in the United States. But, you know, you drill down through and there would be a 50-foot oil play. And so as you were drilling down through that 50-foot would drill oil. They would perforate that oil and let whatever could seep out of those rocks into that pipe and up the hole. And they would go through several different layers and of formations. A good buddy of mine was a geologist, what they called a mud logger back in the day, worked for TDS, Technical Drilling Services, but he was the one who explained it to me. And then now this shale revolution, like what my good friend Jerry Odom once said on this show, it's like being able to take a straw and put it right down the middle of that pay zone. And that has really what has made this happen. So now they're looking at the Permian and saying, okay, you know, they were going down maybe 12, 13,000 feet. Now they're going a little deeper, finding more deposits, more zones to stick that straw right in the middle of. So it is going to be years to come, okay, even though they're saying that most of the Permian's top-tier oil acreage has been tapped and sharply depleted after more than a decade of drilling. I think that's probably a pretty generalized statement. But anyway, the Permian has been the core of American shale oil since the industry took off around 2010, helping the U.S. become the world's largest oil producer. As of 2018, this basin accounted for nearly half of the total U.S. production of 13.6 million barrels a day in 2025. Permian production rose by 400,000 barrels per day year on year in December, which is particularly eye-catching because the U.S. oil prices dropped below $60 a barrel this year for the first time since early 2021. Prices at that level would have sent Permian production plummeting earlier in this decade, but things have changed. What's more, the number of active drilling rigs in the basin dropped by 15% in the third quarter from a year earlier, even as production rose, according to the EIA. This highlights the industry's efficiency gains and its resilience in a lower price environment, hammering home this point. The EIA expects Permian output to increase slightly next year on an annual basis to an average of about 6.56 million barrels per day. Well, it also forecasts a sharp drop in global benchmark Brent oil prices from $69 a barrel on average in 2025 to $55 this next year, a level where many producers have historically struggled to make a profit. So the big boys' playground is what the Permian has become. This newfound resilience partly reflects how the players in the shale game have changed. Permian production, which was mostly the purview of smaller producers in the 2010s, is today concentrated in the hands of small groups of U.S. oil giants, including ExxonMobil, Chevron, ConocoPhillips. They've gobbled up smaller rivals in a string of multi-billion-dollar deals, mergers, and acquisitions in the past recent years. This includes Exxon's $60 billion acquisition of Pioneer Natural Resources last in 2024, and Conoco's $22.5 billion acquisition of Marathon Oil, also in 2024. These consolidations have helped companies innovate and cut costs, leaving them better able to withstand oil price downturns. None more so than Exxon, which announced Tuesday this week it plans to double its Permian oil and gas output between 2024 and 2030 to 2.5 million barrels of oil equivalent per day, an upgrade of 200,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day compared with last year's production forecast. So in the presentation on Tuesday, Exxon CEO Darren Wood said the company is using patented lightweight proppant to improve hydraulic fractures. If you're following along, you don't know what the proppant is. That's what they put down hole to fill the fissures from the fracking to keep them open. This allowing the oil to flow through more easily, and it keeps those fissures open, if you will. So anyway, these artificial intelligence software are better directing their drilling paths, which can extend the range of lateral wells up to 4 miles. That's the lateral. Put together, such innovation and drive drilling costs down around 40% while increasing oil recovery rates in wells by 50% between 2019 and 2030. Wood said Chevron, which plans to keep Permian production stable at 1 million barrels per day through 2040, is now using a technique that allows it to fracture subterranean rock in 3 wells simultaneously, cutting drilling time and cutting costs. So that's what's happening down in the Permian, and it's and that's why a lot of people are like, "Hey, oil prices are real low, but production continues to stay steady or increase." Well, this is why: because of innovations, because it's selling in bulk. You know, these oil companies know that if you're going to make a few dollars less per barrel, you need to sell more barrels. It's pretty simple. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right here on 96.5 KECO after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Hi folks, this is EJ Grediman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
This Christmas, shop local. The Depot Trading Company Men's and More store in downtown Elk City is your destination for a great selection of men's clothing, plus the most unique men's, pets, and household gifts, barbecue grills, spices, accessories, and outdoor party gear. Check out their 50% off rack while you're there. The Depot Trading Company Men's and More store, 318 South Main Street in downtown Elk City. This Christmas, come on in and enjoy the ride.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Windy Nissan of Elk City. If you're looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle, you can find it right here at Windy Nissan. With payments starting as low as $249 a month, no payments up to 90 days, as little as $0 down approvals, and also enjoy up to $7,500 off new 2025 Nissan Pathfinders, Armadas, and Muranos in stock here at Windy Nissan of Elk City. Windy Nissan has a great selection of inventory available with over 200 new and used vehicles to choose from. We have half-ton four-wheel drive pickups. We have diesel four-wheel drive trucks. We have large SUVs. We have small SUVs, your affordable sedans for your first-time drivers. We truly have something for everybody here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, Oklahoma. And with over 30 banks to choose from, we have financing for nearly everyone. You can view all of our inventory right here at 114 Access Road in Elk City, Oklahoma, or at windynissan.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
The price savings it's huge for them.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, ASCO is your place. Their equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO is a leading provider for Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors, proudly serving this area and all 27 areas they serve with construction equipment like tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, the big stuff. When you partner with ASCO, your equipment repair shop ensures quick and efficient heavy equipment repair and construction equipment maintenance. Additionally, their team of employees and a fleet of field service trucks are ready to roll to your job site. Assist you with construction equipment repairs. No matter what heavy machinery your job or project requires, ASCO can provide equipment solutions. $21 million worth of equipment parts in stock, 200 factory-trained technicians, those 140 field service trucks, plus they have flexible rental rates. Get a hold of ASCO Equipment online, ASCOEQ.com, or call them at 323-3422. Equipment sales, Bart Shields, Equipment Rentals, E.J. Gredeman, Branch Manager Jeremy Bridgman. Anybody out there can help you with all your equipment needs at ASCO. And, of course, Fred's Steakhouse, home of the $4.99 chicken, fried steak served daily, hand-battered country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. Got 7 kinds of chicken. Freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. Maybe seafood, that's what you crave, or freshwater catfish. They also have appetizers sure to please everyone. Wood chips, fried pickles, cheese curds, mushrooms, just to name a few. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Fred's also has a full-service bar with your favorite cocktails, specialty drinks, wines, and ice-cold beer. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event. Located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Call 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And American Hose and Supply right next door. The Fred Steakhouse. They understand for you to keep making money, your equipment, your machinery has to keep running. They'll help you do that. They'll help you keep your machines up and going with their hose selection. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building. They manufacture custom hoses. They have hoses in stock, high pressure, low pressure, suction, discharge. It doesn't make any difference. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call 303-1123. 303-1123. It only makes sense to go to those who know hose. All right, back at it here this morning. So, the corporation repeats vote to support OG&E projects. Okay, with little fanfare. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission voted 2-1 to uphold its original approval of massive energy expansion projects for OG&E. We don't need to rehash this anymore, said Commissioner Brian Bingman, whose original proposed order was okayed 2 weeks ago in a vote that led to OG&E calling for Commissioner Todd Hyatt's recusal from the case. It also led to a request by two organizations, Oklahoma Industrial Energy Consumers and the AARP, the Retired People of America, to ask for reconsideration as they argued there was not enough protection for consumers while allowing OG&E to move forward with its large projects in Kiamichi, McAllister, and eastern Oklahoma County. The motion to reconsider is going to be denied, said Bingman. No surprise, but I will dissent on this order, added Commissioner Hyatt, who opposed Bingman's original 2 weeks ago. He said there should be further protection for consumers regarding the utility's expansion of natural gas power for its Horseshoe Lake power plant in eastern Oklahoma County. It was not the lowest cost alternative available, said Hyatt, referencing criticism that OG&E did not choose the lowest bid in the expansion of the power plant. It was the same argument used by the OIEC and the AARP in their opposition to Bingman's original order. So, no further comment on the vote taken, and they will move on to other matters, is the statement from there. But the AARP, American Association of Retired People, you know, I started getting all kinds of literature once I turned like 55 about the AARP. And honestly, they do offer some savings for seniors, but I'll tell you right now, that is a left-leaning organization, and the money that you pay to the AARP to be a member goes to left-leaning politicians. Just so you know, do your own research. You'll find out. Every time I get one of those things in the mail, I file it in the old circular file, man. So they are opposed to this deal. And, you know, the cheapest bid thing. If you're in business and and I'm just going to use like one of the local restaurants that's famous for their steaks. Everybody knew what their steaks were going to taste like every time they went out there, and they found a place that actually had cheaper steaks. It was a lower bid. They went with it. Like to made them shut their doors. People are like, hey, I didn't come out here to get this. I came out here to get what you used to have. So wisely, that restaurant decided to start buying their steaks from where they were getting them before. So I went back to the old, if you were going for a heart transplant, would you take the cheapest bid? Think about that a second. No, you would go to who you thought was going to do you the best job, who you thought was going to do the better job. You know, I understand what people are saying, like, hey, man, they didn't take the cheapest bid, but cheaper's not always better, I promise you. And it's these people that are in business, they're still in business for a reason, and that's because they make good business decisions. So if you got somebody supplying, building your power plants, and you understand what they can provide and they understand what you want them to provide, I think you need to be able to go with that outfit. Now, I don't think you have to pay double, triple the cost, but you got to figure too, in all reality, common sense tells you that if somebody comes in with a really, really super cheap bid, what corners are they going to cut to be able to maintain that bid for you and your job and still make money and be able to pay their bills and their people. Something to consider. We're going to take a break. We're at the bottom of the hour. We'll continue with the second half of the Finally Friday edition. And before I go, I'm going to tell you, hey, don't forget that big 4-hour remote, the grand opening tomorrow at the Elk City Ace Home Center, 2001 South Main, Elk City, the old Terry's Furniture Showroom building. They have done a fantastic job remodeling that. They have done a fantastic job on the parking lot, for crying out loud. But just get a chance to go out there. There's going to be a lot of vendors there. They're going to be doing demonstrations. They're going to be giving away grills, and they're going to be giving away all kinds of great stuff. That's going to be opening in the morning at 7:30. That's what time they open the Ace Home Center, and then they're going to continue to give giveaways throughout the day. Again, the KECO Rolling Radio Show will be there from noon to 4. So looking forward to the grand opening of the all-new Ace Home Center right here on South Main Street in Elk City. Make plans to get out there. They're going to have some hot chocolate. They're going to have some donuts, coffee. They're also going to have some food trucks available out there. So lots of things going on. Come on out tomorrow for that. That's going to be happening from, 10 o'clock till 6 p.m. at the Elk City Ace Home Center tomorrow. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
The Exploring Energy Show.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, I've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
Children's Health Foundation has improved the lives of Oklahoma children with research, education, and care. For more than 40 years, Children's Health Foundation has raised over $155 million towards 18 pediatric initiatives, including cancer and heart programs. 75% of Oklahoma pediatricians are supported by Children's Health Foundation, and every cent raised stays in the state of Oklahoma. Change kids' health, change the future. Learn more at chfkids.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-5193. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-5193. That's 800-507-5193. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Restaurants and feedlots, coffee shops and cafes, grocery stores and convenience stores. The Penny News is there, waiting for you to take it home.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
And I appreciate you sticking around. Merry Christmas to you and yours, by the way. Again, the Exploring Energy Radio Show brought to you in part by DCP Services. Jeff Davis, his wife Terry, and their kids, Toby and Carly. They've got Roustabout division. They got a lease operators division. They've got a wireline division with both braided and slick line capabilities. And I know they got some pumpers or some lease operators out there listening to the show right now. We appreciate it. They still have their pump repair shop in Cordell. If you'd like to find out more about DCP Services, you can call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501. 660-0501, or you can find them on Facebook. Camrock Supply. We heard Ronnie Red talk about, you know what? Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. There are companies out there that make you feel like if you don't buy the oil that's got their brand name on it, then you're not getting the right oil. Well, that is false. That's not true. Camrock's oil costs a lot less, but it has the same specifications, lubricates the same as the designer brands. Folks who use a lot of oil, like farmers, a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies, a lot of oil all the time. For those folks who use a lot of oil, they save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. Go to camrocksupply.com online, C-A-M-ROCK, camrocksupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, and Ulysses, Kansas. And David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. You need help managing your minerals, your royalties. You'd like to have that time back that you spend doing it, or you just are lost. Maybe you just got royalties and minerals dumped in your lap because someone in your family passed them on to you. Well, David Allen Guest is a guy that you're going to be glad you're doing business with. He is an investment, not an expense. That's why he's been doing it for nearly 50 years, because he understands it. It's always changing. He stays on top of it. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. David's truly a man of integrity. Man, you'll be glad you're doing business with. Man, you can trust. If you find yourself in a situation to sell, you really need someone you can trust will give you a fair shake and not take advantage of you. David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. This guy knows his stuff. Great guy, too. Call him today, 405-341-8698, 405-341-8698, or look him up on the interweb. Tell him that the Exploring Energy Show sent you his way. And again, he is just a great supporter of the show. Oklahoma moves forward on their special space hangar. Their special space hangar. You know, I was obsessed with space when I was a kid. I mean, you know, there was Lost in Space, Danger, Danger, Will Robinson. You know, that was pretty cool. June Lockhart, she wasn't bad to look at. You know, Star Trek. But Oklahoma's commission, responsible for advancement of the space industry in the state, sealed a deal this week to build a hangar for $17 million for a space plane. The Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics Commission approved construction of a $490,000 hangar for the Dawn Aerospace Mark IIB Aurora space plane. The Oklahoma Space Industrial Development Authority, OSIDA, okayed a contract last April with a European-based company. Dawn Aerospace is to become the first spacecraft to take off from the Burns Flat Air and Spaceport and reach suborbital flight in August of this next year. The company announced a joint completion of its first demonstration flight carrying a space domain awareness payload. Working with Scout Space, the firm tested integration of Scout's Morning Sparrow sensor. That suite aboard the Aurora platform, flying from a conventional runway at Tawaki National Aerospace Center in New Zealand. Now, the Journal Record reported the ODAA Executive Director Grayson Artis said the design of the special hangar would take 6 to 8 months. We'll start construction next summer, and the hangar and everything is probably a 7 to 10 month build. You do the math, and you're right there, a quarter to 2027 before we have a complete facility, is what the report says. So, the space plane. It's a pretty cool looking plane when you think about it, but you know, this thing it's not a vertical takeoff. You know, it doesn't point straight up in the air and then blast off from a pad. This thing takes off on the runway. It gains its speed. It gets up and it goes to suborbital space. And basically, suborbital space is you don't go through the atmosphere where you have to burn back in to re-enter. But you get up high enough that you experience weightlessness. You're far enough from the Earth's gravitational pull to have weightlessness. And there is a lot of pharmaceuticals. There's a lot of other things that when they are completed in that kind of an atmosphere with no gravity, then it makes the process easier, better. And it's something that I know science is going to continue to get better and better. But we've got one right here in Oklahoma. And for those of you that were like myself, and we saw that first Oklahoma spaceport, now we're realizing that this is the real deal. We got something that a lot of states do not have, and that's that big old gigantic long concrete runway, the sparsity factor as far as population, and the desire to bring these aerospace companies to Western Oklahoma and to Oklahoma in general. And it's happening. It's happening. It's not a pie in the sky thing now. They are moving forward, and this is going to be something that's going to continue to be really good for our area. I promise you. Well, that proposed Yukon data center, not a done deal yet. The city manager in Yukon, where a $1 billion data center project was recently proposed, says it's still not a done deal. That's what Jeff Deckert said at a recent Yukon Chamber of Commerce legislative breakfast. It's not a guaranteed deal. We are simply still exploring the opportunity and what that looks like, said Deckert, reporting the Yukon progress. He also pledged that as the city of Yukon explores a possible new water source in Bethany, the water would not be used for cooling purposes if the data center were to be possibly located on the west side of Yukon. Deckert explained Yukon will test 3 existing wells on public lands owned by Bethany and what is known as the Garber-Wellington Aquifer. He emphasized any water from Bethany would not be used on the data center should it be built. It has nothing to do with the data center. We're 100% committed to not using potable water for the cooling of the data center. So basically, they're not going to use water that is, drinkable. If it works, he said, according to the progress, and I guarantee you we're not going to use potable water at all at any time for that cooling. If a data center, as proposed, were to be built, it would have a need of nearly 3 million gallons of water per day for cooling purposes. Developer Beltline Energy Landholdings LLC recently acquired 140 acres from the city at Highway 66 and Frisco Road on Yukon's west side. Disclosure of the deal led to immediate concern from some Yukon residents who raised questions about power needs and whether it would mean higher electric rates for them. They also questioned the impact on the Yukon water supplies. However, the project still must need approval from the Yukon City Council, including a water agreement and a separate power agreement between Oklahoma Gas and Electric and the developer. Like I said, these things are coming. They're going to continue to pop up. I just hope they do their due diligence and put these things where they need to be. Now, I love the fact that he says we're not going to be using potable or potable water, however you say it, water that's drinkable. They're not going to be sucking out of the Garth Brooks water tower there to cool this data center. But when you start talking about 3 million barrels, and I know we talked about this with David Holt. I've talked about this with the Lieutenant Governor, Matt Pinnell. They're looking at using water and reusing water because on a cooling process, the water, there is some evaporation situation, but not nearly all the water is evaporated. So they would be able to bring that water, recycle it. I don't know how many times they're going to be able to do it. There's still a lot of sketchy information on that. But they also are talking about they are continuing to get better and better at finding new cooling methods for these data centers. So it's not going to require as much water. When you start thinking about 3 million barrels a day, a million here, a million there, gallons, I'm sorry, not barrels, gallons, it starts to add up. But at least Yukon, like others, are doing their due diligence and asking the right questions, getting the answers before they just jump into something that could be detrimental for their residents or their community. These data centers are going to happen. Let's just start being smart about where we put them and why we put them there, and how it's going to affect that in the immediate surroundings, because everyone is going to be affected if we don't get these AI data centers, folks. That's the thing that's the conundrum here. We'll all be affected if we don't stay in this AI race. So we've got to do it. Let's just be smart about how we do it and where we do it. That's all I'm asking. Be back with more mop-up segment. My lovely assistant has joined me. We'll have the weather forecast, energy stock prices, a local note, energy news in my briefs, and more as we continue with the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Hi, this is Shawn with Galleria Furniture. If you're looking for the best prices on dining sets, this is the time to shop. The Blake dining set is just $249. The Ashbourne Casual 5-piece counter height dining set is only $399. And if you want something cozy, you can even sit back in the Rowan set. Comfort and value all in one place. And don't forget, we have over 40 sets on the floor and available. Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for you. Of course they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I just learned that people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas have just restored their 20,000th well site. They've been doing this work voluntarily now for decades, spending tens of millions of dollars restoring one well site at a time. Many of these old well sites are 50 to 100 years old, abandoned by their original owners. But now, the land is restored so the current owners can make it productive for generations to come. See how they do it at oerb.com/micro.
Fence building or welding, John 6 will get her done. 6 Wire Company, 580-497-6213.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by, you heard Mike Rowe talk about him, Oklahoma Energy Resources Board, the OERB, SOAR, Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, continuing to educate our industry and others about what it is the oil and gas industry does and means to Oklahoma, how things get done. They've got an upcoming educational opportunity January the 14th, right after the first of the year, Tier 2 reporting. The training covers the purpose and requirements of the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act Tier 2 reporting program. So that's what that's all about, emphasizing when and how facilities must report hazardous chemical inventories in Oklahoma. If you fall within this realm, then they've got one for you. It is a Zoom meeting, January 14th. Get yourself registered before end of business January 13th at www.soer.oerb.com. At the top, click on where it says Producer Education. There'll be a little drop down. Just tag on that. Click on that workshops. It'll take you right to it. Easy blue register here button. They make it very easy for you, and they make it very easy to get education that our industry needs. If that's what you're looking for, Tier 2 reporting, January the 14th. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. If your power goes out after hours on the weekend, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency electrical service 7 days a week. Want to make sure your power stays on regardless? Well, Carter Electric has they are an authorized Generac generator dealer. You got to need the right size. Get your generator size, get it installed correctly, professionally, and also they can come back and service it. Kervin and Mary Orgain, they're the ones who help you see the light of day even at night. They own Carter Electric, and they understand a lot of electric work goes on overhead. That's why Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric in Elk City. You can call them at 225-2447, 225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast, a service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we're sunny with a high near 56, north-northeast winds 16 to 21 miles per hour, decreasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 31. Tonight, clear with a low around 29, northeast wind 5 to 8 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Saturday, sunny with a high near 60, south wind 7 to 11 miles per hour, becoming north in the afternoon. Sunday, sunny with a high near 35, north-northeast wind 6 to 13 miles per hour, becoming south-southeast in the afternoon. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 56. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 62. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 68. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 61.
Well, there you have it. So, today's KJ's birthday.
It is KJ's birthday.
Kim Jordan celebrating a birthday, and he's probably, finally 40-something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to try to stroke him a little bit, but no, KJ.
Did he pay you to say that?
Yeah, he was our chip guy out here for years and years, but now he works here at the station. He's doing a great job. I tell you, we're glad to have Kim Jordan. We call him KJ. A lot of J's around this deal, if you haven't noticed already. Also, don't forget that tomorrow is the big grand opening at Ace. We're hammering that pretty hard because there's going to be a lot of things going on that you're gonna like, and that's the giveaways. So you don't have to be present to win, but you have to be present to register to win. Oh, let's see here. I'm having some computer issue over here. Maybe it's because it's KJ's birthday and all that. It just can't handle the extra load, if you will.
Too many birthday wishes.
But not a bad weather forecast. I mean, It's still no precipitation.
No rain.
Man, boy, we are needing that rain in the worst of ways.
Definitely.
Okay, well, let's see here. I'll just go with this right here until my computer comes back in here. But Shell plans to cut the CPC pipeline partnership with Rosneft. Shell PLC is planning to dissolve a partnership with Russia's Rosneft PJSC, through which the two oil giants jointly owned a stake in a pipeline from Kazakhstan. If the process is successful, Shell will still keep the stake in the Caspian Pipeline Consortium rather than own it jointly with the sanctioned Russian energy giant. People with knowledge of the matter said, asking not to be identified because the matter is not public. Russia's President Vladimir Putin this week authorized the two producers to make transactions that may lead to establishment, modification, termination, or encumbrance of property rights in their Caspian venture. The Shell pledged back on March of 2022 to withdraw from Russia oil and gas in a phased manner due to the war in Ukraine and the sanctions put on, the oil and gas coming out of Russia. So it's just one of those deals to where they're backing out of it, and I don't blame them. I mean, Shell PLC, they're a big player, and that's one of those things that we need to take a look at. But you can't just crawl in bed and do business and continue to fund something if it's hurting a lot of people. Now I'm not on Ukraine's side. I'm not on Russia's side of this deal. I'm on the side of, hey, quit killing each other, man.
Right.
Come up with a
solution.
Yeah, a compromise, a probable solution, if nothing else. And I think that's what Trump's been trying to do. But, every time Trump gains a step, they go 2 steps back by lobbing a bomb in on each other, or, or hitting somebody's critical infrastructure. So
yeah,
it's volatile over there. I'm going to go ahead and let you give your energy stock prices and that you have a local note if your computer's up and going.
Yeah, mine's good.
Atta girl. There you go.
All right, American Electric Power is up 78 cents, trading at 115.05. Apache is up 20 cents, trading at 26.15. Baker Hughes is even at 47.46. ConocoPhillips is down 2 cents at 96.69. Devon Energy is up 24 cents at 37.78. EOG Resources is down 1 cent, trading at 109.50. Expand Energy is down 22 cents at 114.11. General Electric is up $12.24, trading at $366. Halliburton is up 15 cents at 29.28. Helmerich and Payne is down 94 cents at 29.91. Liberty Energy is down 11 cents, trading at 20.55. Occidental Petroleum is up 11 cents at 41.31. OG&E Energy is up 27 cents at 42.89. One Oak is up 42 cents at 74.04. Phillips 66 is down 78 cents at 142.65. Sandridge Energy is up 35 cents at 14.87. Schlumberger is down 6 cents at 40.28, and Williams Companies is down 38 cents at 60.54.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still having some issues over here. That's
you need to use mine?
No, that's all right. Well, let's talk to you about some sports coming up because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Now, the Big Elks on BigElkTV.com, they're playing in the Children's Tournament. They play Ropesville, Texas today at 4. If they win, they play again tonight at 8. If they lose, they play at the butt crack of dawn, 8 a.m. time slot in Children's tomorrow morning.
They better win.
So, and I understand Ropesville's got a pretty good team, but, at Big Elks, if they take care of some business, but they played today at 4 on Big Elk TV, BigElkTV.com. Again, that is Ropesville, Texas, and the Big Elks at 4 o'clock today. If Big Elks win, they play at 8 tonight. If they lose, they play at 8 a.m. in the morning. It is tournament time on Paragon TV, families. All 8 schools, really. Paragon TV, low membership rate of $9.99 a month. You get every school in the system. That's 8 schools. Arapahoe, Butler, Canute, Cheyenne, Raiden, Eric, Lady, Hammond, Merritt, Sentinel, our newest member. You get all their replays, their archive games and their live games, plus all the great content from Lexi.
Yes.
She's doing a fantastic job.
She sure
Loving
is.
her. So, in the tournament at the South Canadian Classic, the Cheyenne Raiden girls and boys are in that. Arapahoe girls are in that. Arapahoe Butler boys are in it. Leedy girls are in this deal at Canadian, the South Canadian Classic. The best of the Southwest tournament, the 8 girls are there. Chattanooga tournament, Sentinel girls and Sentinel boys. Washita State Bank Classic, the Canute boys and girls are in that. They're in Canute. The Moreland tournament, Merritt boys are up there. The Minko tournament, Hammond boys and girls are in that. So all that on Paragon TV and ParagonTV.com. If you get a chance to venture into the Paragon TV. And, if you just want to watch some really good old games, we've got that 24-hour, 7-day-a-week free channel streaming, nonstop replays and classic matchups only on ParagonTV.com. So that's all happening this week on Tournament Week. Looks like you brought us some cupcakes this morning.
I did, for KJ's birthday.
For KJ? Oh, it's for KJ's birthday.
Yes.
But he's sharing them all with us, right?
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. Oh, is it one per or what? I got to take one home to Mama. You got to take care of Mama. But again, we've got another day closer to Christmas, girl. It's getting here in a hurry, isn't it?
So fast. I cannot believe it's already almost.
Yeah, well, Monday
New
will be
Year's.
10 days.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's almost 2026.
Yesterday was Y2K in this old man's book. It's just crazy that time flies so quickly.
Yes, it does.
But I'm glad to be a part of Western Oklahoma. I'm glad to be a part of this show. We had our little Christmas get together for our station and our route drivers for the Penny News, and it was just wonderful to see. The amount of people that have been here for years and years. I mean, I know I've been here over 35 years.
Right.
And it's just it's been a blessing to be a part of this company. And, when you rip for a company that has a good reputation like KECO, like the Penny News, because they treat their people right and because they're a good product.
For sure. I'm a newbie, but
I'm
loving
a newbie.
it. I love it.
On behalf of all of our great sponsors and TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Let's keep Jesus the reason for the season. Thanks again for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
Oh, come on. This is fun, right? Isn't this fun? This is nice.
KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Kilmar Abrego Garcia shows up for a check-in with ICE in Baltimore, speaking through an interpreter.
I stand before you as a free man.